Good morning, everyone. I am your host, DJ Sherry B, in the Jazz Lounge this beautiful Monday morning. I have my co-host with me, Mark Schwartz. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
Excellent, excellent. It's always good to see you, my friend. And as you all can see that are here in the Jazz Lounge with us right now, we have bassist Nathan East with us this morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We finally did it.
Yeah, we did it. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. Hey, look at these bubbles coming out of there.
And that means that they love you. Okay, so they're giving you some love, Nathan.
I'm giving you love right back. Come on.
So everyone that I have in the room right now, if you could do us a favor and go ahead and tell a little bird so we can get out on the Twitter feed that we have Nathan in the Jazz Lounge right now, as well as put it on your Facebook feed at the same time.
Cool.
So we want to get started right into this. So like I said, Nathan, you can hear the music playing in the background.
Cool.
Daft Punk is my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Every time I'm at this station, I take something out of the playlist and put in there. I might get in trouble sometimes, but you know what? It's so worth it.
Thank you. Well, that's a lot of fun, and all Ray Parker Jr. and all my buddies are on there. It's too much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it is a fun song. It really is, and that's what I love about it. It's just like whatever I've got going through my mind, it just changes the mindset immediately. So I appreciate that song. But we'll sidebar that for a second. Congratulations on your award.
Oh, thank you. You know what? You look up and then these things happen, and it's just a bonus to what we do naturally that we would do anyway. But when they recognize it, it's pretty special.
Well, I think it's fantastic. I was reading up on it. I was following you and everything. But what blew my mind is when I reached out to you for the interview, you answered me from Istanbul.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what time is it over there? How long are you there?
Well, we were there for a couple of days. We played, we were in Europe for the last 2.5 weeks touring with Foreplay. And so that was our last stop. And that's one good thing once you get to the hotel room. And if you have Wi-Fi in there, we're all connected.
Yeah. Well, I was so excited, and I can't thank you enough for accepting the invitation and then having you here in the Jazz Lounge. I truly appreciate that.
Well, thanks for the invite. And plus, I'm aware of a new technology that I had no idea about.
That's what a lot of the artists, they're like, I've never heard of this. Well, it's only like 9 months old.
Okay.
And I can interview anyone all over the world. Like you said, they just need to have a Wi-Fi connection and a camera on their computer, and we could do this anywhere. I just interviewed Rocco Ventrella from Italy.
Wow.
And Ollie Silk from Stockholm.
Amazing.
That was Jonathan Fritzen.
Jonathan Fritzen. Oh, he was in Stockholm. That's right. And and coming in clear, just like we are right now. So it's amazing. This blab is amazing. So tell us what's on the horizon for you in the next couple of weeks, because I know you're kind of busy.
It's a little busy. I'm actually yesterday I was in the studio with Dick Van Dyke, which was a thrill for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and he couldn't have been sweeter. Just a beautiful man, and he'll be 90 on December 13th.
Wow.
Amazing.
And we were recording a soundtrack for a film that he was singing the closing credits or the final piece on there. So it was just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, my name's Mark. Nice to meet
Mark.
you, Nathan.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for the tech.
Absolutely. I'm also a DJ at KSBR.
Oh, cool.
And we play all your music, and it's fantastic. I guess my question is you played with so many amazing people over the years. Tell us a little bit about how Foreplay got started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we're actually celebrating our 25th anniversary with a CD that's coming out this week. So the CD is called Silver in honor of the anniversary. And we were in the studio with Bob James for his Grand Piano Canyon album in 1990. And the chemistry with Lee Ritenour and Harvey and myself and Bob, he had a position at Warner Brothers as an executive. And he said, you know what, I bet we could get signed over here instantly, And so we said, let's do it. And that was the beginning of Foreplay.
And 25 years.
I can't believe it. 25 years later, it's still jumping around the globe,
And
I
you,
mean,
go ahead.
mainly the same people, but you've had a few different people joining the group, right?
Right. We had Lee stayed for 7 years before he kind of went on to, he started his own label and he got really busy. So that was good. And then Larry Carlton joined, and he was for a dozen years. And then again, I mean, guitar players, they do collaborative projects with different guys. And so then Chuck Loeb is our third guitar player. But the great thing about the new record is all three guitar players appear on the new Silver album, celebrating 25 years.
Boy,
Yeah.
it's like a cast of best.
And we have Kirk Whalum, who is the only sax player to ever play with foreplay. And we figured after 25 years of foreplay, we were going to finally have sax. So.
So now are you going to call it still good foreplay? You're not going to change it to 5-play?
So it's still foreplay, and Kirk was sweet enough to sit in on one of the songs with us on the CD. But we're just, I mean, it's something that I can't even imagine. Like, it seems like 10 years has gone by, but not 25.
25. Wow. Well, that just means you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that means, is that you're having fun. And it sounds good. CD after CD after CD. It's like you guys play so well together.
Well, thanks. That's one good thing is anything you do, the more you do it, hopefully the better you become at it. So we've been playing together now. And, Bob and Harvey and Lee, those guys had another 15-year history before I joined. So that's like 40 years of camaraderie and making music together. It's unbelievable to me.
So now tell me what it's like playing with your son. I was listening. And
well, that leads me to where I'm heading tomorrow. We're jumping on an airplane, my son and I, to go to Japan to play the Kawasaki Jazz Festival with Lee Rittenauer.
Wow.
And, so Lee's having his son Wesley Rittenauer play drums, and Noah's going to come join on keyboard. So it's going to be kind of a father-son experience. And this is really exciting because I'm pulling Noah out of school and we're jumping on a plane to Japan within 24 hours. Yeah.
That's exciting. Are you going to Periscope it?
I should Periscope it because that would be, I think, a fun thing to document.
Mm-hmm. So it's like all in the family. I mean, I know you got a brother that plays. Did your parents play as well?
They didn't play professionally, but there was a piano in the house, and they both would sit down and plunk out tunes on the piano. So we had a very musical upbringing.
That you're going to have a lot of fun in Japan. How long?
I can't wait.
How long are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there for a little over a week, and Noah has to come back on Sunday because school on Monday.
Make them go back to school.
Back to school, back to reality. But I wanted to keep him out longer, but his mom said, nope, too much homework.
It's like, oh, man, I can't get a pass.
I know. So I'm about to send it. And another exciting thing is we both have been invited to Caroline Kennedy's residence at the American Embassy in Tokyo the night we land for a little dinner kind of performance there in association with Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
Wow. Now that's something you should Periscope, but I don't think they'll let you do it.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let us Periscope that, but so just it's just exciting times. And,
well, you played with like George Harrison and Eric Clapton and like some of the great names, and Dick Van Dyke. I mean, to me, Dick Van Dyke. Is there one or two of your most fun times that you've had with any one of these artists?
You know what? All of it. I mean, if you can imagine every second playing with George Harrison, I just kept thinking to myself, this is a Beatle, it just doesn't get too much better than that. And then, the guys like Clapton, we just did 7 nights at the Royal Albert Hall in London to celebrate his 70th birthday. He was 70 years old. I can't believe it. And enjoyed every minute of that. Yesterday, we were all taking pictures with Dick Van Dyke, and he couldn't have been sweeter. And we filmed it, and he was dancing with his wife, and it was just one of those things that, like, this is surreal. He's part of our DNA,
Yeah, like Mary Poppins,
Exactly. And
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang guy.
Right. And he was singing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And
Cool.
apparently they're going to do a big thing on Main Street in Disneyland on his birth to celebrate his 90th birthday next month.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
Well, Nathan, we have a lot of people that have popped in now. So what I want to do kind of ahead of time is open the extra seat to see if anyone wants to pop in and ask you a question.
Okay, cool.
I would love for your fans to just be able to just say anything to you, ask you anything. So anyone that's in the room, if you would love to ask Nathan a question in person, please take the seat. And while we're waiting, okay, here comes Jazz.
Yes.
Hey.
How are you all? Hi, Nate.
Hey, how you doing, Jess?
Not too bad.
What's going on?
Out running around with, the girls, and these things happen, don't they?
I love it.
Yeah, indeed. Quick question, and that is regarding your perfect pitch. When and how did you discover that you had it?
Hey, good question. Yeah. When I was in the 7th grade, I think they were. I was in the orchestra playing cello, and they would tune, and they would put a machine with the A440 on, and it's funny because before they put the machine on, I already could tune the cello and then hear where A440 was, and I don't know how. Same thing. I discovered my son had perfect pitch when he was 5, and I just said play the note Daddy plays. I'd play a note on the bass, and he would just go play it on the piano. I have no idea how it comes into your brain, but the notes just were already there.
Incredible.
Wow.
So you just intuitively kind of knew that you could tune without the tuner.
Right. I could hear because they would play this sound for everybody to tune up to, but I could hear that in my head before they even played it, and it really came in handy in college because when you're taking music dictation, they play the melody once before they give you the opening note. So, it's kind of like an unfair advantage because by the time they played it once, I could already write it. Then they give you the opening note and play it again. So that was just kind of like proofreading for me. But it is a blessing. It really helps. Yeah. I think it's really helped in my my destiny of playing with so many bands and artists. And I mean, I know set lists of almost a dozen different groups, from Kenny Loggins to Al Jarreau, Foreplay, Clapton, Phil Collins, where if I just jump in there, they could name the song and I'll just jump in and I got the keys and the beginnings and the endings all in my head. And I don't know why, but they're just there.
That's handy. You were born to do it, obviously.
And maybe because I'm such a big fan anyway of music.
That's amazing.
Well, it's great to see you guys. I'm going to jump off and let somebody else jump on, especially since I'm mobile and I may have to drive here in a minute. So it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Careful driving.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
No
problem.
Bye, Jess.
See you later.
Anyone else that would like to pop in and ask a question to Mr. East, you're more than welcome to do that. Now, I would like to know what made you decide the bass? Did you always know you wanted to play the bass?
Well, actually, it was I was first drawn to music when we were watching Charlie Brown Christmas specials and all those, and I heard this really cool piano. So the first thing I wanted to play is piano. And when I went to school, they didn't have anything but the orchestral instruments. So I actually started on cello in the 7th grade. And then when I discovered bass in the 9th and 10th grade, I made the switch, and it was love at first sight,
Wow, that's great. And so when was the first time that you performed, not like with the school or anything, but professionally?
So professionally, believe it or not, the first big professional gig I got was with Barry White. And he called our band and hired the entire band that I was in called Power in San Diego. And next thing you know, we were playing the Apollo Theater, Madison Square Garden, Cobo Hall in Detroit with Barry White, in tuxes and to sold out arenas. And it was amazing, And I was 16 years old. I'm going, you know what? I think I like this.
Yeah.
I think this would be a cool career.
I think it'd be pretty cool. I can't imagine that. Wait a second. I'm doing exactly what I love doing. They're paying me and People are, sold out arenas. Yeah, I like this.
How many jazz cruises have you done?
Oh, I've done several. We've done the Dave Koz cruise with Foreplay. We've done Capital Jazz cruise. Bob James had a cruise a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And so those are always good fun because everybody's there, and you're just hanging with all your buddies and friends, and then the food never stops.
Those are the best. That's the best part of the whole cruise. Everywhere you turn, there's like a buffet of food just waiting for you.
Food and drink. It's amazing.
Like, I'm used to this.
I know.
So now, have you made a Christmas album?
Oh, Foreplay made an album called Snowbound.
Ooh.
And so that's our Christmas album. That was in around 1996.
Snowbound. Okay.
Snowbound, yeah. So
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh, definitely check that out because there's a lot of fun music on there.
Have you done anything solo on your own as far as a Christmas CD or anything?
No, that's probably down the line. I mean, with only one CD out, the one that you're playing, and we're actually going in January to start number 2. Mm-hmm. But I have some catching up to do with the rest of the guys in terms of recordings.
No, it's your first solo CD, correct?
And that was my first solo CD, yeah.
Because it was just like, I'm like, who is this? and then he's from Foreplay, and it's like, oh, okay. So it's like, because I'm sitting there going, how come I haven't seen anything else? But that's because you've been with Foreplay.
Yeah, so over a day, I think we have 13 at least CDs with Foreplay now over the years. So I've kind of been calling Foreplay my solo career for the last 25 years.
It's not a bad gig.
Not a bad gig at all,
Where are you from? Where are you from, Nathan? Where'd you grow
up? Born in Philadelphia, and then my folks moved the family out to San Diego. And then so I spent my early years there, and then moved to LA at about 35 years ago.
Wow.
So, thinking of staying.
It's like, I think I'll kick it here for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. So now we see your beautiful wall back there behind you. So how many do you have? How many do you have?
Well, I have a few here. I mean, I have lots.
Look at that.
That aren't displayed there.
Look at that.
But, that's amazing.
Yeah, they're some of my favorite ones, and a lot of people just send me instruments. And although I'm a Yamaha endorsee, and let them know that I can't really play them live, a lot of people will send. So this beautiful instrument came from Poland.
Yeah, I like that.
And just the wood is unbelievable. This is a 6-string version of my signature bass with Yamaha. But the company, this is the one I played on the Unplugged, Eric Clapton Unplugged record. That's made by some friends of mine in New York, Federa, and the beautiful wood. I mean, these things are priceless as well. So
they are so beautiful. Are you going to be at NAMM?
I will be at NAMM. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Last year you played with my friend. I actually have a good friend that works at Yamaha. His name's Tom Sumner. You may have met him.
Oh, Tom, yeah.
A good guy. He's a neighbor as well. But
say hello. He's like our boss.
He is. I know. You played a big gig at Yamaha at NAMM last year, right?
Yes. That was we did the NAMM 150th anniversary maybe a year ago or so. Mm-hmm. And then lots of they've asked me to be their music director for about the last 10 years or so for all those NAMM concerts. There's been great ones, with Elton John and Earth, Wind and Fire and Toto and you name it. We've had a great time.
Wow, you got a lot of stories to tell. So you definitely have to come back to the Jazz Lounge because
we're just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
And because the other thing that Yamaha did was they filmed everything while we were making the record, and then so we have a documentary out called For the Record, and it's actually won some international film festivals and being featured in New Mexico at the film festival. They just premiered it in Carmel, and so it's just a little bit of the story.
Oh wow! Where can we find that? For the record?
So it's on Hulu right now. So if you type in if you go to Hulu and then type in For the Record.
Everyone check that out. Not right now, after the interview. So, okay, so you're on your way out to Japan tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then will you be back for the holidays?
I'll be back for Thanksgiving, and then first week of December, Foreplay will be at the Blue Note in New York City, December 1 through 6. Mm-hmm. And then December 8th, we will be at the Birchmere in Alexandria, Virginia, in the D.C. area. And that'll be a special day because that'll be my birthday.
Oh, early birthday.
Thank you.
That's great. And we have a question that's going to pop up on the screen for you. It's from Daryl.
Hey, Daryl.
He says, thanks for being here. He played bass as a teen and was surprised when he saw his first 5-string bass. Do you have a preference for the 4, 5, or 6-string bass? Was it difficult to make the transitions?
Yeah, it is tricky to make the transition. And now that I play 6-string, it's probably my favorite because you have the higher range and the lower range from the normal 4-string bass, which is the way I tune it. So it's actually now 6-string is my favorite.
Well, we have another question for you from Steve. Hi, Steve. Thank you for being here. And Daryl, thank you for your question. He says he'd like to ask about your role in The Poet in 1981 with Bobby Womack. What was it like to play with him?
Well, again, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, to get to go in the studio with all the people and musicians that I love. And Bobby Womack is no exception. He was great, nice guy in the studio. And we just worked. I think the first song we recorded together was If You Think You're Lonely Now. And it was just, again, I write all these in my diary, because it's like, wow, okay, today I recorded with Bobby Womack. It's just the coolest thing ever.
Are you going to write a book?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I just pulled that one out of the air.
You know what? You're way ahead of me. Actually, we have a good portion of the book finished right now.
Nice.
What's the projected finish date?
We're looking for 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, sometime in 2016.
How long you been keeping a diary?
Since I started doing sessions in 1980 here in LA.
That's so good.
Yeah, because I can remember, my first surgery. I looked around. And I said, "Oh wow, Ray Parker's here," and all these legendary musicians were on this session that I was doing. I think it was for a Hertz rent-a-car jingle or something. But I just, it's one of those lives that I just every day, like even as recently as yesterday, I'm just going, "Wow, this is crazy!" What an amazing job.
Well, don't forget to put Blab in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and there aren't a lot of firsts, but today, I mean, this is the first time, and we had to get through a little techno stuff, and I had to reboot my computer. But this is great. First time blabbing.
Officially blabbing.
Officially blabbing.
Really
We blab all the time.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Are you a singer as well as a musician? Do you sing at all?
Yes. I would never jump in the ring with a real singer, but I'm a bass player that sings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Daryl's asking, what's on your playlist?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is.
It's funny because yesterday Eric Marienthal was on the session as well, and he gave me the new album by him and Chuck Loeb. It's called Bridges.
Yes.
And I just popped that in, and it is fantastic. Beautiful record. So right now, that's on my playlist.
Yeah, I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was showcasing the CD and everything. Thank you for your question, Daryl. Anyone else, if you have a question, if you'd like to pop in the seat or just write it over in the comment section, Nathan would be more than happy to answer for you. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Tell a little bird if you have not already done so. And so now, what are your plans for the new year?
So the new year, I'm already have 2 requests for NAMM. One one with Yamaha again, and also I just last week in New York I did a coaching session for the city kids from Boston and that are attending Berklee College of Music, and so they asked me to be on a panel and play and coach some of the kids. So there's going to be a session going on at NAM on the Sunday, so we just signed on for that as well, and then I'll be recording, starting my new CD, top of the year. And I think they've asked me to perform at the Music Cares, honoring Lionel Richie Person of the Year next year too, around Grammy time. Yeah.
Starting the new year just full.
You know, already getting some calls, and I thought this year was busy.
As Steve is asking, which track contains the funkiest bass line you've played?
Oh, that's too funny. You know, the one I think there's a song called "Love Will Follow" by Kenny Loggins, and that might be one of the funkiest ones. And then I like the bass line on Fourplay's "101 Eastbound" as well.
Oh, and I like the one on Daft Punk.
Oh yes, that's right.
So I'm actually DJing this afternoon over at KSBR, and I want to take a request. Is there something I can play for you today? One of your tunes. Wow.
And it's funny too, because I just heard "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk on the radio this morning, and the kids always like hearing that, hear Daddy play on that. But let's so you have the album over there, right?
Yeah.
So
yep.
How about Madiba?
Okay.
Yeah.
Madiba. I'm gonna be playing that today.
It might be longer than your
Is that one of the long ones?
It's a long song, but it's a fun journey. So
but we'll make it fit.
Cool.
If we got to kick a few songs out, that's what happens.
Yeah, it's about 8 minutes, so 2 4-minute soon.
I also love your duet with Michael McDonald, "Moondance."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's a dear friend, and we've had a chance. One of the specials we did with Yamaha, and it's available. You can find it. It's Michael McDonald and Friends tribute concert to him. It was in 2000, and he's been a dear friend, and I've been a fan forever. I love his voice, but more I just love him as a human being. He's always there, and he was the first one to say yes for my record.
And the way that the two of you are on there together, that's like the best version. And
thank you.
It's a really good version. It's the best version of that song that I've heard, and I really love it. So you guys,
thanks so much. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the first bands that I ever played in, I used to sing Moondance, and that was one of the first bass lines I learned. When I was like 14 years old. So that song just kind of takes me back to the beginning.
Well, when you come back to the Jazz Lounge, I'm going to ask you to sing that.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to brush up my. Well, Michael McDonald, he came in and just crushed it. I mean, and Tom Scott did a beautiful arrangement, and we had a good time recording that.
Like I said, it sounds really good. It's the best version that I've heard. So,
thank you.
Thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoyed the whole album actually, but I have my favorites that I pick out, but Daft Punk is at the top of the list. That one gets really loud in the studio, so they know it's like, oh, she's playing her favorite song.
Yeah.
So,
when Pat Metheny, I sent the album to him, and he sent me a beautiful note, but he said he and his family listened to it, and he said as soon as his kids heard Daft Punk, they both ordered it on iTunes. So that was a huge compliment.
It's like, we're getting this one.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Well, anyone else, if you have a question that you would love to ask Nathan, now's the time to do it. You can pop in the seat, or you can actually ask it over in the comment section. He does have another interview that we're going to have to let him go to, so now's the time to ask. And I'll ask you this because I've asked other artists, because this is like the latest trend now. Do you or Fourplay plan on making a vinyl record?
Ooh, that's a good question. I definitely. As a matter of fact, now that vinyl has been coming, back, we're definitely the next one. There's probably a good chance that'll be on vinyl.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people they're buying up record players and
Yeah.
out their old albums and everything. So I just like asking the artist because that's like the new trend that's coming back. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear. I like hearing that. And I also wanted to say, I love hearing that you're taking the teaching to the students, to the kids and stuff. I really appreciate hearing that from the artist, that, you know, you're mentoring the younger musicians coming up, because they can't go any further if it's not for you guys helping out and coming back and giving them the strength that they need
Yeah.
to do what they would love to do. So I like hearing that. So thank you for sharing that.
I do learn a lot from them as well, you know, and I could see, I mean, it's just a fun thing, because it takes me back to the time where I was in college, and I can see, you can see the ones that you can kind of predict they're going to do really, really well, you know. And these kids were great.
And we're loving the wall behind you also again.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I walked to the hallway. These are just a couple of the couple of records, and well, we got, you know, just records from there's one from Eric Clapton, Crossroads.
Nice.
There's Michael Jackson. That's when records were selling 7 million, 8 million. There's Michael Bolton with 6 million. Phil Collins up there. Let's see. Here's another. We've done over 100 shows at the Royal Albert Hall with Eric Clapton. So there's 24 nights. I got a thing from a letter from Prince Charles up here.
Wow.
Where we used to play the Princess Trust. So there's a picture of shaking Prince Charles' hands when I had an afro back then. And then behind me, I got some more pictures of. There's my folks with Sting and Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel backstage at the Albert Hall.
Awesome.
And I tell you what, it's a charmed life.
Yes.
There's me with George Harrison and Clapton at the Farm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's good fun.
Yeah. Wow, that is just amazing, Nathan. That is just so amazing. I know you need to get to your other interview. Anyone, last call for questions or comments, because we need to let him go.
Well, this will be the first of many, I hope.
Yes.
We get to chat.
Nice. Well, you definitely are invited back into the Jazz Lounge. That's a definite. That is a definite. And I just appreciate you giving me this time today. And we have Tending Our Garden, which is Julian. He says, you may consider it a charm life, but you've earned it with talent and hard work. Oh,
thanks. Hey.
That was beautifully said. That was very nice, very nice. And so I can't thank you enough, Nathan. I really and truly can't. Let's see, who do I have in the room here? I'm going to try to take a screenshot of us, okay? Every time I do it, I don't know where they go. But when it's okay, I will find all my screenshots, okay?
I guess, well, you have such good tech people over there. I'm sure they can help you find them.
They can figure it out for me, right? Okay, so give me a second here. I got to line it up here. And then,
when you're ready.
Okay.
Wait, let me fix my hair.
Yeah. It's looking good.
That's totally what I say. Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, it's recording it. And I want to take one more, just in case that one, I never find it or something. So give me one more second here. I got to do a couple of things here. Come on.
So I know you were, Nathan, with our buddy Blake Aaron recently, and Tina.
Yeah, absolutely. I love those guys. And as a matter of fact, it's been a while since I've been over to KSBR. But how you guys doing over there? Good?
Well, we're doing great. You're always invited to come see either Sherry or I or any of us over here. So that's an open invitation.
I appreciate it. And one of my favorite parts of the world, too, and, of course, San Diego being one of America's finest cities. I always will stop by next time we're on the way to San Diego.
Love it.
I can't seem to get the second shot, so I have to hope the first one works.
Okay.
I never know what I'm doing with this thing, but you know, hey, at least I got some. Oh, there. Okay, there it goes. All right, now I can do it again.
Oh, hey. All right.
Yeah, fix your hair.
Here we go. All right. Let me everybody just laugh with me. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. And it's recording it. Oh, thank you, Boomy. You always see me.
I tell you, the technology is amazing. This is
Is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Wow. How cool is that?
So amazing. So thank you so much, Nathan. It's just been so much fun.
Well, thanks, DJ Sherry. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Come back. You promise you'll come back.
Oh, promise. Come on. You won't be able to get rid of me.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Everyone here in the room, thank you for being here. Don't leave yet. Let me just go ahead and close out the interview. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the Jazz Lounge on Wednesday when Greg Manning will join us at 11 a.m. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you again in the Jazz